Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. You know, as you are growing, as you are elevating, meditating, elevating, gravitating to greatness in God each and every day, understand this. You know, every goal is not always met, but understand that you're trying to meet the main goal. The main goal is to rise and reach greatness in God. The main goal is understanding that all this was not done in one day. All of it's not going to be undone in one day. Understand this, that we got to sow love for a better way. We got to be the change. And once we be the change, other folks are looking at us. Well, we the change. So we got to, then there we can change the world once, people can see that change within us. We got to strive for greatness every day. You got to make life beautiful. You got to get centered and grounded. You got to understand that you are here to absorb the good energy. Release the bad energy into the universe, honey. Don't hold on to that. Don't let nothing take you down. Don't let nothing bring you down. Now, see, this is one thing that I have to also understand is that there are going to be people who are going to try you, and people are going to come against you. And see, what I realize is that we can't give up. We can't give up. You can't just throw in the towel and say, oh, I just can't deal with it, because you're going to deal with it. It's life. It is what it is. It's going to be, there's some miserable people out there. And no matter how you try to take them there, a lot of people don't want to go there. A lot of people don't like change. They want growth, but they don't realize that with growth comes change. You got to have change in order to grow. You got to have some spare change within you to begin to stir around within you, to begin to make a change within you so you can change that around you. I'm telling you, it's a journey to grow. It's not easy. It's a journey to grow. It's a journey to grow anything. Anything that you have that you're trying to grow, it's hard. It's difficult. It's not easy. You got to put in. You got to put in, and you got to keep on pushing. When you don't meet this goal, you got to keep on pressing on toward that goal, because the end goal is the higher mark of the high calling of God. That is the end goal. That's what we're trying to get to. God bless you, Netherlands. There's a Holland, Netherlands and Holland. Beautiful land. I looked at it. I read about a lot of places. That my voice is being heard. I've read about a lot of places that I would love to see, with my own eyes. And one day I pray that God will allow me to come and see the places where my voice is being heard, that I may be able to come and lift you in some kind of way to tell you that, hey, God is moving. God is moving in your life. But what you have to do, you have to let go and allow God. You have to be that beacon of change. Because, see, God is not going to move if you're not going to let him. If you're not going to allow God in and allow God to take over and allow God to be over all everything, then God is not just going to come in and because, see, it's the will of God. And you got to be in the will of God or stuff ain't going to go right. You have to live within the will of God, because God got you in his will. You are in the will, but you got to live in the will to be in the will to get the inheritance from the will, from what God has for you. Greatness. A lot of times in this life, what you have to understand is that we are all legends. We are spirits having a physical experience. We're all legends, and life is what you make it, honey. Make it beautiful. It's not for everybody to be this, that, and the other. But see, God has a beautiful plan for you. God got a plan for you. So, love, trust the process and grow in God. Grow in God daily. For God knows the thoughts and plans he has for you. You sit back and wonder how somebody else got this, how they get there, what they do. They put in, they believe, they have faith, they worked hard, That's what you got to do. You got to work hard, because nothing that you're trying to get to, it's not going to be easy to come by. And when it is easy to come by, it ain't easy to hold on to. You got to hold on to God. See, people get the cart before the horse. But you got to have God. You got to be centered and grounded and understand that this life, life is what you make it. And it's not about seeking after material things. What can you do for God today? What can you do for God today? Because God's going to do for you anyway. God is holding on to you. God is not going to let you go. God is not going to, either way the wind goes. I understand. It's cool with me because God got me anyway. I'm led by the Lord. I'm led by God in what I do. But what I understand is we still got to work hard to change hearts and minds to grow, because we got to drive evil away. We got to drive the evil out. And because we wrestle not with flesh, it's powers and principalities, rulers of darkness. That's what we dealing with down here. Hell on enduring earth, wrestling with powers and principalities, not people. It's rulers of darkness, it's evil. Where there's good, there's also evil. Where there's smoke, somewhere it's going to be some fire. It's coming. Where there's thunder, you sure it's going to be some lightning. It's going to be some rain. A storm is brewing. A storm is coming. But see, you can head the storm off, honey. It depends on you. See, because you got to control you. What kind of storm is brewing? What kind of ripple effect is it going to be? Where the ripple going to go? Which way the ripple going to go? See, you can control the ripple. Because, see, all you got to do is control you and be proactive. Be proactive in it. And be proactive on top of some things. You can counter some things. See, because we can add fuel to the fire. Who want to do that? Add fuel to the fire and make it worse. Let's look for ways here while we on this earth. Let's look for ways that we can lift one another, that we can bring change, that we can make things better, that we can make the world great for us all. Not just a few, but for us all. Let's lift the world. Let's lift one another. Because as we lift one another, we all rise. You don't just lift them, you lift you too. So be a part of the difference, of the solution, of the change. Get in where you fit in. And I'm telling you, make it fit, honey. Bring love in. Bring peace in. And watch this. Watch how you have a beautiful sauna of love. Just start spreading love. We got enough evil and hate. We got too much. We got so much that you can't go nowhere. You can't go anywhere nowadays. You got to be mindful, be watchful. When you step out the door, what's going to happen? You got to be led. Where your heart at? Be led by God. Put the beautiful smile of faith on your face. Because I'm going to tell you something. Kindness and a smile, try a little tenderness. That goes a long way. It really does. It grows a long way. For somebody to come up to me and say, hey, look, I won't pay you because you smiling. Thank you for smiling. Can I give you a hug because you smiling? You brought some joy in here today. That let me know I made a difference. But look, it's some stuff going on the inside. It's like, I don't know what didn't happen nowadays to these places, these stores and different things. But what happened to teamwork? What happened to teamwork makes the dream work? What happened to coming together? I mean, it's so much backbite. It's like a family. It's supposed to be a family. But they backbiting, fighting, backstabbing each other like the family. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. So I'm trying to get over here to the customers. That's where I want to be at. Where the customers is, so I can sow the seeds of love. But see, all over here, you got all this gossip and foolishness. You know so-and-so, or such and such. Hey, wait a minute. We ain't here for this. We ain't even here to make friends. That's some advice my mother gave me a long time ago. You don't go to work to make friends. You go to work to make a living. If be so, then great. But look, those type of relationships, you got to keep separate from the job. Just like when you go in to work, you don't take home to work. You don't bring work home. You got to separate the two. There's got to be a separation. Then you got to go in there in that job. You got to sow some love because, see, some people there just to make other folks' life miserable. Their life is already miserable, so they're going to bring you down too. Now, I don't want to see you smile. I don't want to see nobody smile. Ain't no smiles allowed. So they'll try to cut you down. But you got to understand, honey, that you're here. You're here to make life beautiful. You're here to pollinate the earth. Pollinate the earth in love. Sow the seeds of love. We got the precious monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly who's endangered. Buy some milkweed for the butterflies so we can, feed the butterflies. Buy milkweed. That's what I plan on doing when I get wherever I get. Get some milkweed, and feed these little creatures. They depend on us. This earth, this world that we living in. We only here for a season. It don't even seem like all this time that went by and I've been here on this earth, but it have. It's like a blink of an eye. And guess what? Time is just going on, time passing, time flying. It don't seem like it, especially when you're at work. It seems like it takes forever. Boy, you be standing there looking at the clock. But I tell you what to do. Get busy. When you get busy, then that time flies. Because, see, next thing you busy, you doing some other stuff up there. Y'all done agreed. Y'all had an agreement that they going to pay you to do this. And you going to do this job for them and they going to pay you this salary. So that's the agreement. Nothing else besides that. No gossip, no backbite, none of this other stuff, two-faced stuff, none of that. Don't even get involved in that. Remove yourself from evildoers, honey. If you see them come, just go the other way. Look busy. Be doing something. Because, see, the time going by. Whoa, look at the time. Boy, let's get busy. Let me get finished getting over here. Okay, we'll show us tonight. You got to be the change if you want change, honey. Because, see, some other folks, they just like it. Some folks are just complacent. They just okay with it. Just leave it. Don't just leave it. Don't float the boat. Don't do nothing. Just leave it be. Let it be as it is. Let it be. Sometimes that ain't wisdom to let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. You got to let some stuff be. Some stuff you got to be the change. There it is. You got to be the change. You got to be the one that's going to say, hey, look, that's it. I'm standing up for change because I know that I'm in this world. I'm not of this world. I'm transformed by renewing of my mind. I don't even need coffee. I found all I need is God, honey. All I need is God because the things of this world, great. But don't overdo nothing but God. Overdo love because that's what we need. We need love down on this enduring earth that we living in. Sow love, grow. What you sow, there you shall reap. So sow love. Sow a great big harvest of love that we can have to keep. Because we need that, honey. Smiling faces. More smiling faces. Smiling a beautiful smile of faith. The smile sets your pace. And the smile grows a long way. Smile, kings and queens. When you smiling, the whole world smiles at you because a smile is contagious, boo. That's how to get the breakthrough. Start smile. I know you don't want to. Start smiling. Smile when you go out the door. Because, see, somebody else having a bad day. That smile right there can change their day. That smile, them seeing you smile, that can change their day, make their day better. And then there you grow. It's not always easy in what you have to do, but you have to do it because it's in front of you. It's what God has given you to do. So what you do is you get in the mind frame to do it. Understand that this is what you're going to do and do it. Be like Nike and do it. It is what God has given you, what God has placed in front of you. Grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. That's for you. Grow. That's what God has placed in front of you to grow. Trust the process. Sow love, grow. You're not here to go through. You are born to be alive. You are born to be happy. You're not just born to be working and going through the motions every day. Different day, same stuff, just going through. Here it is again. No, it's not. Because see, we're going to change our thinking. We understand that this is something that we got to go over here and do. But honey, God got for you a breakthrough. You got to believe. What's your God-given purpose? You got to search for it. You got to get quiet and get to thinking on the Lord and get to meditate and searching this life. It's more to it than just going through it. We are here to grow over it. Because the Spirit of God is within us, each one of us, to do the right thing, to sow love and grow and make a difference for the world for tomorrow. Because we're growing today. Yesterday is a memory. We can take the lessons and learn and grow. Our past is who created who we are today. Thank you, past, because I'm a better person than who I used to be. I'm not them anymore. I look like them, but I'm not them. I learn. I grow. I rise. I shall not be defeated. You know, just like I'm telling you, I was thinking about it this morning. Nothing shall defeat us. We are warriors until transition. You know, Stan was headed towards the light when I came in the room. He had been out in a coma for some time. When I walked up and held his hand and started calling his name, you know, because I knew it was time. He heading towards the light. He woke up and looked me dead in my eye and squeezed my hand. And so where he was telling me, keep on fighting. Don't ever give up. Cancer racking his body, but he's still fighting. He woke up to tell me, to squeeze my hand. Don't give up. Keep on pushing. Hallelujah. Right on time. There goes the freedom train. Keep on pushing. Dun, 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 dun. Hallelujah. I'm telling you, there go the freedom train. The love, peace, and soul train. Honey, I'm tell you something. The day is like a rainbow. Hope. At the end of the day, grab your pot of gold. Claim your happiness. Claim your happiness every day. Be free. Be free from oppression, anxiety, and depression. Depression, don't let nothing hold thee. Be free just like the love, peace, and soul train is singing. Grow. Grow. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. Be led by God and be free. Kings and queens, keepers of the dream. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Break free of the chains and the binds, the vices that try to hold thee. Break free, honey. Free your mind, and the rest shall follow. Do what's in front of you. Good, and good shall follow. God is good. Good afternoon. I love you. God bless you as you grow.